Tonight, guys, is the end of an era. I am recording this on Saturday, the 24th of 2018. Tonight, Dragon Ball Super will air, and it will be, as far as we are aware, the final episode of Dragon Ball Super. I had to make some sort of video kind of discussing Dragon Ball Super as a whole. And I felt as though right now, just before the final episode would be the perfect time. Also, as of right now, it does appear as though this is indeed going to be the final episode of Dragon Ball Super, obviously. But there's a very good chance, I would say, that Dragon Ball Super itself could return. They could continue doing episodes of actual, a Dragon Ball sequel. They literally could pick up in, a year and a half and be like, all right, episode 132, let's get going for the new, Universe 6 Planet Sadala arc or some shit like that. But as of right now, there's no confirmation of that. They could also, do, a different Dragon Ball series. Many people have said, next year we'll see Dragon Ball Ultra, the sequel. A lot of things like that are possible, but I will say Dragon Ball Super, for me, I have really, really enjoyed it. I would say even I loved it. I've always been a big Dragon Ball fan. When I was really young, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7. I remember Dragon Ball Z, playing on Cartoon Network every day. But this was before Toonami. That they would air from when Raditz arrived on Earth, the very beginning of the Saiyan saga, up until when Goku arrives on Namek and KO's Recoome. They would cycle through all those episodes, and then after Goku beat Recoome, it would go all the way back to episode 1. I remember watching a lot of those episodes, and I remember, you're a kid, you don't know any better, you don't know how the world works, that the next episodes aren't even ready to go yet, they're not licensed, anything like that. So, as a kid, you watch that episode, okay, Recoome is done. Tomorrow, definitely, this will finally be the time where they continue it. We'll actually get to see what happens after Goku beats Recoome, what happens with the Ginyu Force and Frieza and stuff. And then, sure enough, always, it would go back to Raditz arriving on Earth. Eventually, obviously, Funimation got the rights to Dragon Ball Z. They dubbed through it. We saw it all. It was great times after school for me. And after I completely saw all of Dragon Ball Z, saw all of Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball, I would still say that's, Dragon Ball as a whole is my favorite anime of all time. So, when the news that, the Battle of Gods movie was gonna happen, several years ago, that was, stunning and so awesome. Wow, new Dragon Ball Z content. I saw the movie. I thought the movie was fine. It wasn't anything, super crazy hyped. I still would have said, the Janemba and Gogeta movie was better, or the BoJack movie was better. I always loved, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Huge fan of, all the fights Gohan had, when he was in his Super Saiyan 2 form as a child and stuff, against BoJack and Cell and the Cell Juniors. And then we got Resurrection F. Now, Resurrection F, obviously, I did like it. It was solid because mainly Resurrection F is just a giant fight. They don't do nearly as much talking in Resurrection F as they did in Battle of Gods. And then once the announcement hit that a new Dragon Ball anime was going to be on TV, I remember that blew me away. I was stunned. A new Dragon Ball anime? I still, every year I would go through hundreds of episodes of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I would always watch them, and now there will be new content. Obviously, Dragon Ball Super at the start was very rocky. I would say the decision to adapt both of the movies, Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, was not the best idea. As we've gotten more info and learned, one reason the beginning of Dragon Ball Super was so rocky as well was many of the best animators and stuff were all working on one of the One Piece movies, and so that did cause Dragon Ball Super to get off on such a rocky kind of start. So, like, I remember I watched the first couple episodes. I was like, it's okay, it's okay. And I let a couple more episodes accumulate up until episode, I think, 6 or 7. And then I decided to get back in. And, for a while, I was doing, like, weekly reviews. Like, you guys can go back on my channel, way back to the end of 2015, where I was doing, reviews after each episode. But, once it got to, like, the end of the Battle of the Gods arc, like, I enjoyed the fight with Beerus. I thought the fight in the anime was better than the fight in the movie. I mean, obviously, the animation was superior in the movie, but I just liked, like, the flow of the fight better in the series. But then, like, it kind of got into the in-between Battle of Gods and Resurrection F stuff, and then it was just going into Resurrection F, and I put Dragon Ball Super down. Like, I was just like, you know what? Like, this is cool, but I'm gonna let it build up. I had faith. Like, I thought they wouldn't bring Dragon Ball back as an anime and then not have it be, like, something, like, really awesome. So I let things build up. They completed the Resurrection F arc. It got to the Universe 6 vs. 7 tournament. I was only kind of seeing bits and pieces from afar, as, Goku lost to Frost. I remember hearing about that. And I remember seeing, like, Vegeta fighting Ultimagetta. And then the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken and Hit. All of that was cool. But then what really drew my attention back was Future Trunks returning. That was stunning. Future Trunks, obviously, back in the day, was one of my favorite characters. I remember, to this day, like, back when Dragon Ball was, like, first on air, like, it had already all finished in Japan. So, like, some kid would, like, be told by their uncle or something, that they found online in the early days of the internet, like, all the crazy stuff, Super Saiyan 3 Goku and this character from the future Trunks and stuff. So, like, one kid comes to school and tells us about it, and next thing you know, we all know, like, oh, there's gonna be this Trunks from the future, he's another Super Saiyan. And I remember the Garlic Jr. Saga, watching the Garlic Jr. Saga, being so excited because I thought, like, literally any episode Trunks was about to appear, not knowing it was filler. So when Trunks would return in Dragon Ball Super, that was like, whoa. And then an evil Goku. I'm not really one of these people who turns my nose up at every little thing that happens with Dragon Ball. Like, Ultra Instinct Goku, the silver-haired form was revealed, and people said, ha! Another transformation. This is ridiculous. It's like, dog, is this not what Dragon Ball is about? Transformations and shit? He got silver hair now. Okay? Was it any more ridiculous when he got blue hair? Or red hair as Super Saiyan God? Like, like, I can understand there's a lot to criticize Dragon Ball Super with. Like, the ending of the Future Trunks arc, I think, is atrocious. Horribly done. I think many people, like, if you just look at it from an objective point of view, you could see that there's problems. They did not stick the landing. But there is a lot of good with Dragon Ball Super, too. I will never forget episode 61 of Dragon Ball Super. This was the episode, the rematch, where, remember, Vegeta, Goku, Trunks, they got bodied by Goku Black when he first went Super Saiyan Rose. So they go back, they find out that Goku Black is Zamasu in Goku's body. And they have that crazy fight. Goku and Vegeta, they're getting fucked up again. Vegeta and Trunks get, knocked into a building. Goku and Zamasu do an energy blast. The building explodes. Goku is like, oh, Vegeta, Trunksu. And then Zamasu pins Goku up against the wall. And he leans in and says, wouldn't you like to know what happened to your family? I remember I was sitting here and I actually covered my mouth and gasped like a joke. Like if we had footage of that moment of me doing that in real time, people would be laughing left and right. But when Zamasu leaned in like that and said that, I was stunned. I was like, no. And then like the whole story is told. Like Goku Black kills Chi-Chi and Goten. That shit was insane. I was like on the edge of my seat. Then the fight continues. Goku gets the power up, but then, Goku Black just dominates him. Goku is thrown to the ground like lifeless, loses Super Saiyan Blue power because he got obliterated by the Rose, like the sword attack where he shoots out all the blades and it explodes. That shit was so cool. And then, like, Goku Black, they have the flashback to Dragon Ball Z. Like, they acknowledge, like, Trunks going back into the past has created, like, all these problems. And, like, I just thought it was all tying together in a cool way. And then the episode ends with Trunks getting, like, this new transformation. Like, that whole episode from start to finish, like, I would say that was my favorite episode. But the most recent episode 130 of Dragon Ball Super, Goku vs. Jiren, was stunning. For the most part, I would say I really did like the Future Trunks arc. Obviously, the ending, like, the moment when Vegito appears, I've said this before, like I was almost on the verge of tears, like, when Vegito first appeared against Merge Zamasu. I was literally like, oh, like, I've waited, like, 15 years, like, since the last time, like, I saw, like, a new Dragon Ball Z episode I'd never seen before. Like this is the feeling I've been waiting for. And, like, Vegito and Zamasu are fighting, and, like, that shit is so good. But then it's just, like, in the blink of an eye, boom! It's just, the fight is just done. He's not Vegito anymore, now he's Goku and Vegeta. And then, like, Trunks just bodies Zamasu in seconds. It's like, what the fuck happened? And then, like, the next episode, there's all these different plot lines that they just basically toss in the trash. And they're like, all right, clapping our hands, the arc is done. I said, what, Nani? Dog, there's, like, a bunch of things we didn't explain. Can we doing this, huh? We not, okay. We're just, Trunks went where? Nope, doesn't matter, okay. So, after the Future Trunks arc ended, as badly as it did, like, you can go back again and look at some of my reviews. I was pissed after episode 67 of Dragon Ball Super, and I was very cautious going into the Universal Survival arc. Very cautious. Very concerned that Dragon Ball Super would fail me again, but so far, for the most part, I would say I've really liked the Universal Survival arc. I would definitely concede that the Tournament of Power is a clusterfuck, and, like, the power scaling and, like, the decisions of characters is odd in certain points. There's no doubt about that. Like very odd decisions are made with certain characters. Like, even now, going into the final episode, like, do I think Android 17 should still be there? But, like, Gohan shouldn't still be there? Like, I don't know. Like, I think Gohan did very well in the tournament, but I think a lot more could have been had with, like, a father-son kind of teamwork on Jiren with Gohan, rather than, like, Goku and Android 17. No disrespect to 17, who's been incredible throughout the Universal Survival arc, but there are things that could have been improved, and that does kind of lead me to my last point here, which is I'm very, very concerned. Very concerned for the ending here. Tonight is the last episode. The tournament is not done. All of these plot points that have been created throughout the tournament, we're just going to leave. There's been hints of this God of Destruction's power level. Remember the fish God of Destruction? His name is, like, Gene or something. It's supposed to be after Jin, I think. And, like the way he was talking, like, it kind of teased like he was super powerful, but we're just not going to address that. Like, Kabe and Vegeta's relationship, like, the last episode's going to be tonight. Like, we're not going to get any resolution for that, huh? Like, Caulifla, like, begging to go Super Saiyan 3, we're not going to see that. Like, they've teased Planet Sadala, I don't know, approximately 27 million fucking times, and we're not going to go there? Like, I don't know. I'm very guarded for tonight's episode. I would say I'm hoping that it does end on some sort of cliffhanger. We might get, like, a tease for a new series next year, or a tease for the Dragon Ball Super movie at the end of the year. Regardless, even though Dragon Ball Super is ending tonight, I know for sure the Dragon Ball franchise is not. Like, Dokkan is going strong, Fighters is going strong. We're going to get Dragon Ball Legends, a new mobile game, all kinds of new Dragon Ball content, the movie. Dragon Ball makes too much money. They'd be dumb fucks to not put something on TV again. So I do personally expect a new anime next year, be it Dragon Ball Super, some Dragon Ball other thing. I do think we'll see the continuation. I can't wait. I'm going to be really sad tonight with the ending of Dragon Ball Super because I was a big fan, but there definitely were faults with the series. I don't think anyone can disagree with that. In the comments, y'all, let me know how you feel about Dragon Ball Super ending. Your boy will be watching it tonight on the verge of tears, I'm sure. Thanks for watching, guys, and here we go, the final episode. Hopefully they don't let us down. I really hope the last episode is very good. I really do, bro.